Hello YouTubers, this is Championdjk coming at you with another video, and today we're going to talk about what is a Grail piece. And shout out to Power Wheels, thank you Caleb for nominating me to do this video. It was his idea to do this video, and we're going to start a little chain thing. Everybody's going to do a video hopefully, and we'll get to see what everybody's opinion on this topic is, which is a great topic to talk about in my opinion. So, what is a Grail piece? Well, a Grail piece can be many things, and I've got a few things to show you today. And then I'm going to show you some pictures of some stuff, because that's kind of a key to what a Grail piece is to me. So, I'm going to start with, I've got a few really nice pieces that I just picked out to show you. Here's a Bugatti Veyron with faster than ever wheels. Pretty sweet. I paid $1 for this. And that's kind of a Grail find for me, because paying $1 for a car that's probably worth a lot more than $1 is a pretty sweet find. So that's the kind of deals that I look out for. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm just going to show you a couple of pieces here and talk about Grails. That's one quick. And here's just a couple of things I wrote down. So what is a Grail piece? Well, it's something you would cherish, or you do cherish, in your collection. Or it could be something that's too expensive for you to reasonably buy, so you got to get chase pieces and stuff and trade for it, because there's no way you're going to go on eBay, you're going to buy it. It's just way too expensive to just, take money out of your pocket and buy it. Maybe it's very rare and are very, very hard to find. So that's another thing that can make it a Grail. But the big one for me is it must be something that you can quest for, something that you do not have in your collection. So before we get into the items I don't have in my collection, I'm going to show you a couple items I do have in my collection. This one I just picked out just because, shout out to Peter Barrera. Saw you had a couple of these castings and really liked them. So I just wanted to show you the one old one that I got that's still in a card. So that's pretty sweet. Shout out to you, bud. This could maybe be considered a Grail for some people. If you don't have it, you like the Datsun 240Z. I love this casting. I want another one to crack. I got this one in a trade, so glad to have that. Got it a while ago. This is the piece that I traded for it, but I have another one now. This is Treasure Hunt 13 of 12. This was a mail-in that you had to do in Hot Wheels back in, what year was this? I forget. 2005. So that's a pretty sweet T-Hunt. One of the coolest ones. One of the only drag buses that I have in my collection. This one is pretty sweet, this Lamborghini Countach, because this is kind of a rare variation of the Countach. Most of them do not have the tampo on the hood, and I learned that from WTFFOR. I didn't even know I had the rare variation of this until watching one of his videos, so shout out to you, bud. I know you probably don't watch my videos, but your videos are top-notch and awesome, and I love your channel. So if you do hear this, you rock. And so there's that. And then I got this super van. This is from my Hot Wheels buddy Chuck. This is really sweet to have one of these in the card. Now the card's not in great condition, but the van is in good condition, and that's pretty sweet. And I got this red line super van that my uncle bought for me when I was in Ohio visiting some family. He saw that I wanted it and just said, hey, I want to get you something. I'm going to get you this. And there's no way I would have paid for it. I mean, it was only $35, but I really didn't have much of a budget on me at the time. And I thought that was a good deal for this van, and it probably is. It's in pretty good condition. There's a flea bite here or there, but pretty cool. One of the very, very few red lines I have in the collection. Then I got a couple of RLC pieces that I cracked. And these are only just really awesome just because I actually cracked an RLC piece, and for me that was a big challenge at first before I started cracking a lot of cars. And so that super van, I cracked the super treasure hunt hot bird. That's pretty awesome. So that's something these are things I cherish in my collection and would fit this first bill, or some of them are too expensive to reasonably buy now. None of them are really that rare, but it's something I'll never trade away. Now on to my real, what Grail would be to me. Stuff that I would really love to find or get somehow during a trade or whatever. So here's my wish list, I suppose. Just a quick kind of couple of things. So we got some hot birds here. These are two pretty rare colors, the brown one and the blue one. And then we got the gold one down there. That one was in the gold rides. That one's pretty cool. And there's a 240Z or a Z Wiz in that same color I would love to have. So those are some hot birds that I always browse eBay for, and even these ones in really garbage condition actually do go for quite a bit of money. Even that gold one in garbage condition actually still commands a price on the old bay. So I may never get them unless I just find them somewhere, but you never know when you go to like secondhand sales and stuff like that, where people are just selling stuff and some people don't even know what they really have and they're just kind of selling things. You know, you never know. You could come across these at a really good price if you're just patient. And then these are some super vans that would be just super awesome to have. Rare one from Toys R Us, Jeffrey one, and then you got this plum one that's kind of a rare red line. All these are kind of rare red lines, and then this one's from the Cutoff Canyon set, so it's from an old track set, so that's pretty rare. Each one of these go for ridiculous money, even in crappy condition, so finding one in mint condition would be insane at a good price, and finding one in crappy condition super cheap would actually be really hard too. So they're just tough to find. They're rare, and I don't have them, so that to me is something I can quest for. That's a Grail. Here's another few super vans. These are even higher on the Grail status. These King Radio ones are really rare and really rare to have in good condition. I think they sell for like $400 or something like that on eBay. Something I'm never going to pay $400 for a die-cast car unless someday I win the Powerball. And, well, hopefully I do, because if I do win the Powerball, there's going to be some heck of ROAKs being sent out to all of you guys. But anyway, this is something I would never actually buy. I mean, I just would not be able to afford it. There's no way I would be able to justify to my wife, for one, that I would ever be able to, spend like $350, $400 on a 1/64 scale car. So anyway, there's that. And then these ones are even more limited. These Toy Fair ones. There's a white one in chrome ones with a couple of variations in the chrome one. Those are super rare too. I don't even know if I've ever even seen one really on eBay in decent shape. So there's that. This super van is kind of elusive. I would think that I would see more of them. This was a rewards club car, or rewards car for the Redline Club. I forget what year it is, but this one's kind of hard to find. I know Jeff Hill has it. I think he cracked it. I think he's got it loose, which is awesome. I would love to find it. I would love to find two of them so that I could crack them. But again, they go for a little too much on eBay, so I'm not going to really pay for it, right now. So maybe trading would be my best hope for that one. And then we got Redline Beetles. The old Redline Beetles. Any of them. I mean, they're all awesome. I actually do have one in my collection. I'm going to go grab it quick. I've got this red one in my collection, which is pretty sweet. And so this red one, it's in not the greatest condition, but it's the only one I got. The wheels have been retouched and stuff, but so be awesome to get any of those. And again, red lines are expensive, so it's hard to justify paying for one little car. So finding them somewhere would be the best, like in a secondhand market. Excuse me. Here's another one that would be amazing. 95 Treasure Hunt series. You guys all know that series is expensive. I believe it's highly cloned too, so I guess it's tough to find legit versions of these cars. But this would be a great one to have to add to the Beetle collection. And there's another one, again, that goes for a lot of money, over $100. I'm not sure exactly how much. I think it's like $150, something like that. Typically it goes for on eBay. It's just not something I'm going to spend on a car. And it's the reason why I sold the raw chase piece, the M2 I found that was $100 or $150. I'm like, let's just sell it because someone's going to pay that, and that's nuts, and I can get a bunch of other cool stuff for it. So would love to have it, not going to pay for it. All right, so then we got this one, this Lamborghini Countach, which was in the Revealers series. This one was something you had to mail in to get. So it is rare. It's very hard to find. Actually, no, you didn't have to mail in to get it. You had to get an actual golden ticket in your Revealers. This was like a Willy Wonka, Charlie and the chocolate factory situation, where you actually had to get like the golden ticket, mail it in to get this car. So I think I don't know how many there are made, I forgot. I think it's like 250 or something ridiculously small for a Hot Wheel. So there's that. And then we got big time Grail, Auto World Raws, and in particular, the Pontiac Firebirds, either one of them. Mostly the Trans Ams, or the 76 or 75, I think is the other casting Trans Am for the new one. They're almost the same exact tool, but they're different. Any of those Raws would be a Grail find for me. And that's something I guess you could find in a store. I mean, there's one of 10, so there's only 10 out there of each one. So the chances are, I mean, this chance is long gone probably, unless there's an old case with one hanging out somewhere. And then this one is also long gone. But the new one, you could find it. It's possible. It's 1 of 10. You could pay, $6 for it. So that's a quest. I mean, try to find that thing. So that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. I mean, those are Grails to me. I mean, I also got out a couple other pieces. Here's an Auto World Ultra Red GT40. I actually did buy this off of eBay for $20, but it's something that's never going to leave my collection. The worst thing that's going to happen to this is it's going to get opened up and displayed. Got a Green Machine Beetle, which I didn't even know was a Green Machine for the longest time. I just thought I got the green one in the series, in the V-Dub series, until I found my first Green Machine, which was this guy, and I think there's only like 40 some of these made. This huge honking Green Machine. So I got this one, and then I went back looking through my Greenlight collection. I'm like, wait a minute, is that a green body Green Machine? I noticed that the wheels were lime and the body was green. So, I was like, yeah. So then I looked it up. I'm like, oh yeah, sure enough, I'm missing the one that's that color of the wheels. So I still need to find that. So there's that. And then this was a pretty cool Green Machine find, which I found almost immediately after that first one that I found. So that's pretty cool. Brought out those couple pieces just to show you. Other than that, I mean, there's not much else to say. But the big point for me is a Grail piece is something you do not have. It's something that you are questing for. Once you acquire it, to me, it's really no longer a Grail. It's just a really cherished, prized possession. You just can't possess a Grail. You got to quest for it. It's something that you're going after, or trying to find, or wish that you could find, or it's always in the back of your head that you want it. And that's a Grail to me. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and nominate a few people, and I did cheat on this. I was supposed to only nominate, I think, 3 people was the suggested amount, and I went above it, and there you are. Count 5. I would love to see what you consider a Grail piece and some cool pieces that you think that you really cherish in your collection. Lamar Faciane, you have a beautiful loose collection, and would love to see the pieces that you think in that collection you think are Grails to you, or that you really cherish, and then what you would really love to have. Paul Wooten, I know you got a gigantic collection, so would love to see what you consider as a Grail, and you've been around the Hot Wheels game probably longer than any of us on YouTube. I mean, probably besides Mark, Race Crews, or whatever, and maybe besides some other people I don't know of, but you've been in the Hot Wheels game forever, so you got to have some pretty sweet Grail pieces. Hot Wheels CostaRica. Dave, would love to see what you consider a Grail piece. Be interested to hear what you got to say. And then Dmelzinga, Dennis. Would love to see what you think is a Grail piece, because I don't know if you guys are watching him or not, but he has an absolutely disgusting vintage collection. It will make you puke. It's so amazing. I mean, the stuff he shows on his channel is ridiculous. I'm like, wow. Big time wow. So he's got a great vintage collection, as does WTFFOR, but go subscribe to this guy if you have not watched his videos, because seriously, insane. So that's about it for that. So I drug this out to almost 15 minutes, and I'm glad you guys watched. I really do appreciate it. So I hope to see all 5 of you guys do a video, and I hope to see a lot of others do a video. There's lots of people you could have nominated for this, and I think everybody would be pretty interesting to hear from. So that's pretty much it. That's my opinion on the Grail piece, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Power Wheels. Goodbye.